Beat Saber is not a Supernatural is not a Beat Saber knockoff. Stick around and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Hey folks, if this is your first time joining me, my name is Ari from Fit Pro VR, and my goal is to bring you real fitness tips from a true fitness professional. Now, if you've ever been on any kind of Oculus community on Facebook or Reddit, you've probably heard someone say, Supernatural's just a knockoff Beat Saber and it's super expensive. I've heard it a million times. As someone who plays both, I usually ignore it, but the other day someone told me that Beat Saber is actually a better workout than Supernatural. And I did what I always do when challenged by strangers on the internet. I set out to prove them wrong. So I took it upon myself to test and see if Beat Saber truly was a better workout than Supernatural. I've tracked it before, but in reality, it's been a long time since I tracked my heart rate using Beat Saber, so why not? I don't got anything else to do. It's a fucking pandemic. As someone who plays both, I'm not a fan of people trying to pull a fast one on me. Especially when the word science comes into play. I mean, could it be this lightsabery game that's beloved by all the waifus out there truly be a better workout than an app intentionally designed for fitness? Well, the short answer is no. It's not. It's just not. But let me show you why. Beat Saber, it's not a fitness game. It had no intention of ever being a fitness game. Just because you're up and moving around does not equal fitness. You working at a cash register? Hate to break it to you, not fitness. You filing papers at the office, not fitness. It's a rhythm game, and I personally like it. I like the music that came with it. I haven't bought any extra music packs because I think the music's cool. But you're also not going to see me on YouTube living my waifu fantasy in mixed reality, slashing blocks and dressing up like a schoolgirl, and for that, you're welcome. But Supernatural is a fitness game. It's a fitness application. It's a fitness program. And its sole intention is to get you in better shape. And there's actually a very specific way to play Supernatural, but a lot of people don't know what it is because they don't give it enough time to learn how to do it. Most people who don't like Supernatural, it's the same process. They downloaded it because it's free. They tried the tutorial, the first couple songs, and then decided it was a Beat Saber knockoff and didn't play it anymore. But what they didn't do was take time to learn how to play it and get immersed in the environment that is Supernatural, because it really does take a long time to figure out how exactly to play Supernatural, which is why they give you an entire month for free. And as soon as they're done, they take to the internet and say, Supernatural is the same as Beat Saber. I better tell everybody on this Facebook group. So, let's talk more action. Let's do this. I strapped on my heart rate monitor and did a comparison. First, I did 20 minutes of Beat Saber. I did it on expert mode with no fail on. I did this because while I like playing Beat Saber, like I said earlier, I'm not very good at it. I can complete most songs on hard, but expert is where I'm like 50-50. So I didn't want my inability to hit every block stop me from getting my workout in. That wouldn't be fair to Beat Saber or me. So here's where Beat Saber fails as a true workout. The harder it gets, the worse workout you're actually going to get. When we analyze the kinematics of a song and your movements, the blocks come at you really quickly as the difficulty increases. Now this also happens in Supernatural, but I'm going to talk more about that later because it's very different. When things move at you fast, you have to limit your range of motion in order to hit every note. And with Beat Saber, the movements are very choppy. A lot of drumming style movements directly in front of you. Most movements seem to originate from the center of your body, which limits your range of motion. Less range of motion means less movement, which therefore less calories will be burned during the workout. Do you work up a sweat? Yes, of course. But if you watch videos of high-level YouTubers and streamers who focus solely on completion and doing the hard challenge songs, you're going to notice that their form involves them tucking their elbows and limiting their range of motion. I mean, they're dancing around and stuff too, but look at their arms. It's always elbows tucked, very short range of motion, okay? A lot of wrist flicking, and your wrist is a smaller joint, so it's going to be able to move quicker, but it's going to have a smaller range of motion, and you're not going to be moving your shoulders as much. Okay, that's a larger lever, and they don't move as fast. So let's compare this form and technique to Supernatural, which is very different in a way that'll cause the user to burn more calories. Now, When you play Supernatural, there's a very specific way you need to stand because very common in these workouts are going to be squats, lunges, leg lifts. They even started adding fast feet. And as the targets are being struck, they're going to put you in a different placement than they would if you were playing Beat Saber. Now, in Supernatural, the proper technique is striking through the targets with a larger range of motion originating from the shoulder. This is the main mover as opposed to the wrist or elbow, which you will need at times, but it's not the sole focus in Supernatural, as it is in Beat Saber. Supernatural, shoulder. Beat Saber, elbow, wrist. You're constantly reminded this by the coach that the correct form is your shoulder using the muscle and not using your wrist. They even tell you not to flick your wrist. It also moves in 360 degrees. Now, I do understand that Beat Saber has a 360 degree mode. I know. But it's not as intentional as it is in Supernatural, whereas in Supernatural, the 360 movements are used to chain certain movements together and then combine into other ones. It's not just spinning for the sake of spinning. The movements in Supernatural are also very intentional and choreographed in a very specific way. Supernatural has choreographers that work on hand and are usually building these workouts week to week because they release new songs every single day. They release new workouts every single day. You never feel like you're trying to get tricked, or the challenge isn't really a mentally difficult reactionary one. Once you've acclimated to the higher difficulty levels, you start to recognize some patterns that are here and there. But even if you jump down to a medium or even low difficulty level, you could still get a far superior workout than anything Beat Saber is going to give you. And in my opinion, that's more fun. Now, of course, fun is a subjective word, and a lot of people don't like the trainer voice over the music, which I can understand to a degree.
You're gonna feel that stretch down through those inner quads and then those hips on each side. That's what we're really focused on right here. So it's not so much a deep stretch. We'll do that later.
But again, you have to remember, this is not a completionist game. This is not a game for you to enjoy all the music. This is a game for working out and motivating you. The trainer voice, in my opinion, is necessary to keep the theme of the workout and keep you focused. Now, there's a lot of times where you're going to be struggling, and even if you don't like the coach, there's a couple coaches I'm not a fan of, they're going to mention something about like 30 more seconds left, and sometimes you need to dig down and deep, sometimes you need to dig down and dig deep and whatever, but after the workout, you'll see 3 different scores based on your true metrics, the first being your accuracy score, then your power score, and then a combination of the two making your Supernatural score that goes into your leaderboard. Now, the leaderboard just is for other people that want to compete with you, and it's not really that competitive because the community within Supernatural is also super friendly and motivating and welcoming because it's people who are like-minded, mostly positive, and therefore there's a lot of mental and moral support for people who struggle with obesity, weight loss, or whatever, just whatever reason they're working out and trying to improve themselves with. So, in my opinion, the community is nicer. And as you can see, the numbers aren't even comparable. Supernatural is the superior workout, and it always will be if and only if you play it correctly. Now, I'm going to still play Beat Saber for the rhythm aspect, and despite the numerous complaints, I liked the music that comes with the game. I haven't bought a single extra pack to go with it, and I haven't downloaded any custom songs. And I'll still play Supernatural to get my cardio in every day. But I challenge every Beat Saber fanboy and fangirl to try Supernatural the way it's intended for the free month. I'm honestly not someone who enjoys rah-rah fitness or Peloton or anything like that, but after a while, it truly does become part of the experience and would be weird without it. So please stop saying they're the same, because they really aren't. And when you say things like that, it just shows that you haven't taken the time to learn the differences. Supernatural deserves a fair shake. And if you don't like it, okay. Stop telling people they're wasting their money. We all motivate differently to work out. And just because you may or may not like something doesn't mean it's a waste of money. Sorry, it's not. Let's stop shaming people for trying to be healthy. So now it's time for you to weigh in and tell me what you think. Is Supernatural that good? Is Beat Saber better? Have you tried comparing the two? Have you tried to learn the right way to play Supernatural? I'll be waiting for you in the comments. So, be nice, be nice, be nice. My name is Ari with FitPro VR, and don't forget to get your workout in today.